Hello, everybody. It's Nutty Professor, and I'm home now. Fed the kids, and I gave Geetha the chance to come out for family togetherness time. I left her door open while the baby's door was still shut. They were still eating, and I left Geetha's door open. And I said, you want to come, settle on the cat condo, and then I let the babies out, and then we can have some family togetherness time. And she just wasn't interested. She went and sat in her own travel case, and she was like going, "Can you please shut the door, Dad? I really don't want anything to do with my baby siblings tonight. I've had enough. Just shut the door." So shut the door. So anyway, I will let her out a little later. Babies are playing. I moved one of their cat condos from their bedroom to the hall, and they're kind of enjoying that. I still have a semi-barricade. I didn't put the chair. I put the. I don't think there's much danger. Tonight I had my dinner out, and I had my controlled burn of the booze. By the way, somebody please remind me not to drink alcohol again. I didn't like it. I came back and I was feeling kind of queasy, and it's just not, I'm like, no, it's not a good control burn for me. So anyway, I'm back home, babies are playing, Agita's in her room. We will, I think, have a little family together time after I do this. So, I guess, I don't want to be, as I said, I don't want to count the days, day 2, day 3, kind of start all over again. But if you're doing that, I guess it's like day 2 or day 3, and I think that's kind of critical because the first couple of days are pretty bad, And as I said in the last podcast, I was right back where I was from 19 and a half months ago, and it was expected, and it's just, so I also, it's one day at a time, 1 hour at a time, 1 minute at a time. It has been at times 1 minute at a time today. But I also want to remind you of something from one of my earlier podcasts. One of my cat person friends suggested something that, I've used. One paw in front of the other. OPIFOTO, one paw in front of the other. So it's now we're doing the one paw in front of the other. So had the dinner, had the couple of pretty bad drinks, and came back, fed the kids, and I'm doing this now. Couple of things I want to talk about. A good friend of mine, I keep her completely anonymous, but I'll just say not the friend in Manitoba, and not the cat rescuer friend here. This is a friend a bit older than I am, who I've known for 30 years, known her and her husband for, over 30 years. And we've been good friends for all that time. And she was fairly concerned when my addiction began. And she used to worry that, if I would, something bad would happen to me. And she was very, very happy when I got clean and stayed clean, stayed clear for so long during the pandemic and, getting the babies and all of that stuff. So she wasn't, she did, I did tell her about the, did inform her a couple of days ago, and I think I sent her the podcast, and she had it, and I don't think she saw the podcast until after her dream, but she had a dream about me last night, and she emailed me the details, and very interesting dream, and she called it a weird dream, but I asked her, I said, would you mind if I shared the dream, in a podcast? And she gave me permission. She said it's okay, and it was actually a very interesting dream, and it's a good dream, and I think it's a positive dream. Now, the funniest part of all of this is that she sent me the email, and then she apologized at the end of the dream, saying, "I'm sorry you were a dog in the dream," because she knows I identify as a cat, and that the whole dog cat thing, and I think she loves dogs and cats and human children, but I think she and her husband, they had human children and they have human grandchildren, and I think they used to have dogs. They had a cat living with them, but I don't think that they're, and I don't think they have a cat right now or a dog. So, but, they're probably a bit more dog people than cat people. So anyway, I give you the background, and I have it written down in her thing, but I'm not going to read it. I'll just give you the gist, you know. And in the dream, this is just from my memory. So if you're watching this, my friend, you know, I apologize for any. This is just a general idea. So in the dream, apparently, she was walking along a high wall, and she saw me as a little boy, you know, and I had my babysitter. And then I turned from a little boy into a little white dog. And then I fell. Very symbolic here. I fell off the wall, and it was a big drop, and I hurt myself. And I was, you know, and she thought I was going to die, so she prayed, you know. And again, you know, I did tell her that in reality, I would be a little, you know, annoyed if somebody prayed for me, being, you know, so, you know, anti organized religion. But in a dream, it's okay. And it shows that she does, you know, worry about me, and she wanted to really save me, and she prayed to God, you know, for me as a dog, me as the little white dog, to survive. And I survived. It was miraculous. But then I fell again. Then this time it was a cliff. And again, me as a dog. I fell off the cliff. And, you know, and then I think I went head first, and it was and she prayed crazily again. And I got saved again. And then it happened a third time. And third time I fell, and she saw me limp away. She knew I was hurt, but she didn't know how hurt I was. Actually, it's kind of funny because we had a sort of situation like that with the cat, you know, from the rescue shelter the other day that jumped out of a window, you know, and the people weren't sure whether she was hurt or not hurt, and they were trying to find her and all of that. But anyway, this was in a dream. This was symbolic, and this was me, the white dog. So apparently I limped away as the white dog, and she was worried about me, and she was like she wasn't sure how much I was hurt. I mean, I survived, but she wasn't sure how damaged I was. And then this cat that lived with me found out what was going on, and the cat came out like a supercat. And it went flying off. I don't know if literally flying, but it went rushing off to find me and save me. It was like turned into supercat. Came back, it couldn't find me, you know. But anyway, I take it as a very, I'm not going to interpret, you know. And I know that my analyst would go, well, it's more about her, it's more about the dreamer and the part of her that, you know, and all of that stuff. But I'm not going to do all of that. I'm just going to take it I'm not going to take it literally either. That's very important with symbolism. Don't take symbolism literally, you know. But I'm just going to take it as, you know, she heard about my fall, and she is very worried about me. And yeah, the whole dog thing. And that's why I give a little background about, you know, what dogs mean to her. And the fact that she did try to save me. She prayed like crazy, you know, and it worked. 3 times, you know. So anyway, I see it as positive that she worries about me, and in the dream, I did turn into a dog, but that's fine. You know, it's symbolic, and I did survive the falls. And I do have quite a few dreams about falls, Niagara Falls, particularly, and again, that's symbolic, you know, in terms of my own falls, you know. And I actually had, since I've shared somebody else's dreams, I haven't had any dreams since my own fall, relapse, whatever you want to call it, excursion, you know. But a couple of weeks ago, I did have an animal dream in which I think it was a watching dream, and it started off with a cat. That, you know, my own energy, my own children, you know, and I think of myself as part cat. So it started off as a cat, and then it turned into a lizard. And lizards kind of play a role in my, you know, podcast, because I had that friend, the Dusty Dumpster Rodent Weasel one, who, you know, was a partier. And this person, you know, also, that they called partying or whatever, they called it also slithering. There was a reptilian aspect. There was a lizard snake aspect, you know. So you go from cat to, or, you know, the animal goes from cat to lizard, and then it turns into a police dog being trained to help people cross intersections, dangerous areas. And I did work on that dream with my analyst, and we saw it as kind of a positive dream. And then there was another one, I think a little bit before that, which I saw as a positive dream, which was, about David Bowie. And and somebody had talked to David Bowie, and he had agreed to help me, And the thing about David Bowie, number one, extremely creative individual, but number two, he had major addictions of his own, cocaine and heroin and all kinds of stuff, and he did overcome them. I mean, he did eventually. And in one of my earlier podcasts, I do have. I feature a painting of him in which he used the wolf metaphor as well. Mine is like an inner werewolf, but his metaphor, he's actually standing next to a big black wolf. And I think that painting is shown in one of my earlier podcasts. He's standing next to the big black wolf, but he's not on a leash or anything. He's, the wolf is under his control, He has controlled his, his werewolf or his wolf or his whatever, So he got to and he stayed clean, I think, till he died, So just a little bit about dreams. As I said, I haven't had any dreams since the thing. So I'm going to say bye for now. I'm hanging in there. And it is OPIFOTO. One paw in front of the other. And it would apply if I was a little white dog too. It's like one paw in front of the other. And thanks to my friend for sharing her dream. I think it was a very positive, very caring dream. And I think the symbolism in it was, it's good. Okay, I can survive the falls, and I have survived falls before, and I keep falling again. I fall on my head, and then I get up and I wait. So, okay, bye for now.